Welcome to Sri Prakash Educational Institutes. Sri Prakash Vidya Niketan, Rajamandri. Book review by Krishna Kishore, Mathematics Faculty. Title of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Preliminary information. Name of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Name of the publisher Warner Book. Name of the author Robert Kiyosaki, Sharon L. Licher. I have read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book contains 10 chapters. All the stories deal about what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. In brief, the stories are as mentioned below. This book is about the story of Kiyosaki, who has two fathers. The poor dad was his biological father, and the rich dad was the father of his childhood friend, who taught him the financial education to become the rich. In the first chapter, the author describes how he and his best friend Mike want to get rich and make money using the illegal method of creating necklace. Their plan was foiled by Mike's father or the rich dad. Rich dad then shares the necessary financial education with both of them, and their first lesson is about escaping the rat race. In the second chapter, Kiyosaki explains how his rich dad taught him that the rich do not work for the money. He continues to say that the poor and the middle class work for the money, fear, and greed because they were not taught to take the risk, and rather to stay in their comfort zone and work for a stable salaried job. Kiyosaki also writes that opportunities come and go in life and the rich recognize them and grab them. But the poor ignore the opportunities because they are too busy seeking money and security. In this chapter 3, one of the most important financial lessons to learn is differentiating assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki continues to stress on the importance of financial literacy because without it, even if you are rich, you can end up broke line. A liability takes money out of my pocket and an asset puts money in my pocket. Kiyosaki says that one should mind their own business if they want to become financially free. They should not mind their employer's business because it is not their business. Instead, they should strive for the ways to become their own boss and build their own business. After that, Kiyosaki continues to talk about building assets. According to him, anything with value that is able to bring in the cash flow is considered as an asset. For example, stocks, bonds, income producing real estates, mutual funds, royalties, notes, etc. In this chapter, Kiyosaki explains how the poor let big corporations manipulate them, while the rich use big corporations to protect and enhance their assets. For instance, the rich have the advantage of using corporates to earn money, spending everything it can, and only be taxed on anything that is left. Kiyosaki writes that each person is born with talent, but the talent is suppressed because of fear and self-doubt. He also says that it is not necessarily the smart people who get ahead, but the bold and adventurous. People do not get ahead financially even when they have a lot of money because they fail to tap into opportunities and are afraid to take the risk. Most of these people just sit around and wait for the opportunity to come to them. In this chapter, the author discusses the skills an individual needs to develop financial success in life. Kiyosaki says that if someone wants to get rich, he must learn how to manage his cash flow, people, and the system. And this is why selling and marketing is an important part of financial education. He also mentions that communication skill is another important skill to acquire to be financially successful in life. In this chapter, Kiyosaki talks about the five personalities that hamper human beings, and they are fear, cynicism, bad habits, laziness, and arrogance. He also states that it is normal to have fear. What truly matters is how you handle it. He also suggests people focus on the reward rather than the problem. This chapter provides insights and tips on building personal wealth. Kiyosaki says that if you want to get rich, you must find a reason greater than your current reality to motivate you. And then he goes on to say that you also need to feed your mind to continue to learn. Next, he also advises people to choose their friends carefully and do not afraid to make friends with people who talk about money because there may be a great lesson to learn. After that, he says that one must learn to pay himself first even if short of cash. In this final chapter, Kiyosaki continues to offer great insights about achieving personal wealth. He stresses that one should stop doing things that no longer viable. He encourages people to look for new ideas, experience, and keep the learning curve alive through taking courses, attending seminars, and learning from other successful people in the industry. After all, the more you learn, the more you can earn. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Namaste.